about to enter the crocodile cage. Luckily, he has a big... Is this a sword? Oh, it's just a stick. Okay, let's go.
In today's modern protein paradise, some body parts get overlooked.
What? Why is there liquid in here?
This series is an homage to the offcuts. Body parts that in the West might get thrown in the trash.
I'm so sorry with it. I feel a little sick.
Last time, we discovered tasty heads.
Wow, this is nuts. This is like an anatomy class.
And now it's all about tails.
This isn't even something Americans could be freaked out by because they wouldn't even know where to start. Nobody's sitting at home making memes about animal tail foods.
Until today.
Until today.
Today we're on a hero's mission, showing that these underrated animal parts have the power to rise above.
They got texture, there's collagen, it's an inexpensive cut, and nowadays there's more chefs using those odd end pieces in their cuisine.
4 foods, 4 chefs, cooking up dishes that are not just tolerable,
It's basically vegan.
but crave-worthy
It's just love on a dish.
and delicious.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you pumped?
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Let's go. Let's go.
Joining me today, California native and esteemed taco chef Calvin.
Xin chào em. How you doing? Oh, you are tall. How tall are you?
1.50 m.
Almost as tall as you.
Oh.
With a little bit of help.
Meet the very sweet and the vertically challenged Miss Hum, owner of this here food stall, the street side eatery that sells over 175 pounds of pork per day.
Your height has absolutely nothing to do with what we're here for today. Today is all about animal tails, and you are serving some animal tails here. The pigtail. What is this dish?
She simmers the tail for 2 hours, and that makes it tender and juicy. Then she adds it with a copious amount of special noodles, which gives you today's magic dish.
Pigtail noodles. It starts with blanched thick rice noodles.
Oh, is it the one in the picture?
No, it's not. Huh? BÁNH CANH hả?
Guys, he doesn't know.
Top those with pigtails, chopped into medallions.
Out of all the delicious and yummy pig parts that we all love, why the tail?
In our case, they've even included some whole tails. Thoughtful.
Oh, she goes nose and tail on her dishes, but the tail has the best flavor, she says.
Then scallions, fried shallots, and finally, the broth.
The color of the tail itself is a little disconcerting. I mean, it looks like a cadaver, right?
Can I be honest with you? I am not looking forward to this dish.
Really?
Yes.
But this whole series is about proving to people that these offcuts can be truly yummy.
Which I think after eating this, I might change my mind.
Okay, I hope. Can we try this broth first?
Yes, we can.
Oh.
A lot of the flavor comes from the fried shallot.
Is that what makes it a little bit sweet?
You see them floating around all over the place.
Let's try these noodles. We're working our way up to the tail.
Yes, we are.
All right. That's a good noodle.
That's a good noodle. I'm changing my mind right now. The broth is great. The noodle is great.
How could the tail not be great? Now, usually people are just gonna eat these thin slices here, but we have big fat tails.
I mean, yours has a nice arc to it. Very desirable.
This one is chipper, like a puppy that's happy to see you. Let's go for it.
Okay, here we go.
That's pretty good.
Changed my whole mindset. For 2 hours she cooked this, and it got to this silky, savory consistency.
It's got a little bit of protein, fat, and then thick skin. So the ratio of textures is interesting. It's like a Rolo, but with bones in the middle.
Bolo.
Bolo. Today we're gonna be witness to some recipes neither of us have ever seen before. But here, pigtail, it's a great start. I'm feeling very optimistic.
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I'm very pumped. I got the last word though.
Oh, look who's that. Pumped.
Our second tail dish brings us all the way to Spain.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Well, at least to a Spanish restaurant serving traditional Spanish foods.
Sangria. It tastes like Spain?
It tastes like apples and oranges.
Yeah, from Spain.
Cooking for us today, Chef Tornado.
Thank you for being here today.
He acquired his cooking skills in Spain and a colder version of Spain known as Canada.
Right now we're doing a series that's focusing on nose to tail dining. This episode today is focusing just on animal tails. So far we've had pigtail. Here we're gonna have oxtail. But can you even think of any other animal tails that could be eaten, period?
I would say horsetail.
Horsetail. I think you can make a violin bow out of a horsetail. I don't know if you can make food out of it.
I could not think of anything else.
It's a tough category because there's not a lot of edible tails out there. But one of the most famous edible tail dishes out there is the oxtail soup. Did you grow up with oxtail soup?
It is a very common dish in Spain, linked to bullfighting history. So you go around any city with the bullfighting plaza, so you can find them there very easy, and they're amazing.
You went to Canada.
Yes.
So I'm curious, do you notice a big difference between the types of meat people are willing to eat in Spain versus North America?
Totally, yes. There are some cuts that you tell people in North America that they don't even know, well, what is that? They're evolving. I'm not saying that it's not.
You call us not evolved. Just remember, McDonald's started in America.
Yeah, how dare you?
How dare you?
Most of the world outside the USA and Canada does eat nose to tail, so I can't figure out why this hasn't caught on as a mainstream trend in my own country.
Food distribution in America is a very big box business. It takes a lot of time for these companies to pull out those pieces. So they much rather just get the prime cuts, throw the rest into the mincer, and say, hey, I can get more product per hour than to old school butchering, where you go in and you get different cuts from different muscle parts.
I think he solved a mystery. Damn, that made me hungry.
I'm fucking starving.
Let's eat some oxtail stew.
Oxtail stew. Start by dicing onions, carrots, and celery. Then the tail. Cut it at the joints. Those get seared on high heat to lock in the flavor. Then add in the diced veggies. Then the tail. Add tomato sauce, rosemary, red wine, and water. Cook that for 4 hours until the oxtail reaches a fall off the bone level of softness.
It looks beautiful. It smells phenomenal.
I could understand someone hearing oxtail soup for the first time being confused and possibly put off, but when you just see it, it just looks fantastic.
It looks like braised morsels of goodness.
We just had the pork, and of course that was cooked for a couple hours, but it wasn't nearly as tender as this. I mean, this is like coming off the bone, revealing the vertebrae.
Oh, look at that.
Cheers.
Cheers. I just went to heaven right now. Really good. The sauce is glistening. I mean, do you see how sheen it is?
It looks fantastic. The tail is tough, it's untenable, and so it needs time and it needs love. And after 4 hours of braising, all this connective tissue has just kind of melted down into the meat, and it creates like this wonderful sticky texture. It's one of the most satisfying beef products I've had in a long time. When people think of eating animal tails, this is usually the first thing that comes to mind. There's a reason for that. It's legendary, it's delicious. You just have to be a little patient and know how to prepare it properly.
Yeah, food takes time, and love takes time, and food is love.
That's right.
Before we can try the biggest tail you'll find in Vietnam, we need something else to compare it to. So we've come here to get a little Filipino tail.
Mr. Dodong?
Dodong.
Sir, put her there. How you doing?
Meet Mr. Dodong. He comes from Cebu in the Philippines.
How do you say hello in Tagalog?
We usually say hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
His restaurant specializes in all things chicken, roasted and prepared the Filipino way.
How do you say chicken ass?
Chicken puwit.
Well, that's what we're here for today. Chickens. Do they have a tail?
In the ass of the chicken, you can see the,
Really tiny.
Yeah.
A tail of any size.
Is a tail. The chicken butt. What is good about that?
The way when you eat, tastes something that's different from regular body.
So it's some variety.
Yeah, yes.
I grew up in the USA. I didn't come across any butts of chickens my whole life. Do you think Americans are missing out? Should we be eating more butts?
Yes, I think so.
All right, sir. I'm excited to try your ass. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Chicken's chicken butts are cleaned and marinated in their super secret, distinctly orange marinade and grilled for only a couple of minutes. More secret marinade and serve.
And okay, here we are. So here it's been grilled. He's put his own signature sauce on top.
What do you think is in here?
I think there's gonna be a bone.
He said it's boneless.
Well, he said just eat the whole thing.
All right.
What she said?
She said, enjoy your meal.
Oh, that's nice. It's not even her food. I'm gonna take a bite very cautiously. I'm afraid there's something hard in there, but let's see. Cheers.
Cheers. You gonna eat that?
No.
Can I eat that?
No.
Just kidding.
It is so fatty.
Yeah, very rich. Foie gras is similar in that richness. So when you eat foie gras, it just melts in your mouth. This melts in your mouth in a different way.
In a more aggressive, hostile, might I say violent way. There is some bone in there, but it's soft enough you can like chew and kind of crack it up and get through it. Not a big deal. I've had the chicken butt before in Cebu, the land from which he hails. And it was much bigger and not cooked down as much as this. So I don't know how long he's grilled it for, but it's been long enough to kind of make it soft. You know, you can just eat the whole thing.
Chickens have one butt. This took a family of chickens.
That's tough to think about, huh? It's like 20 chickens right here. We lost 20 butts today.
You're behind me.
Finally, it's time to eat one of the biggest tails you'll find anywhere. For that, we've come here, a crocodile farm that has over 5,000 of these meat-eating reptiles.
Right now we're at the crocodile farm. We're about to enter the crocodile cage, and he's gonna help protect me. Luckily, he has a big, is this a sword? Oh, it's just a stick. It's a piece of wood. Crocodiles hate wood, right? Okay, let's go.
I've encountered crocodiles in the Philippines,
Can I kiss him?
Yeah. Oh my God. No.
in Cuba,
No!
and even this tube-shaped crocodile in Florida.
No!
They might look slow and docile, but they can be incredibly quick. Sprinting your way,
He's freaking huge.
and taking a bite out of your thigh before you know it. Biting down with the force of a T-Rex.
Booping it in the nose.
It's one of the most dangerous predators in the world.
I was right behind you.
All right, you cleared them all?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, next time, can I get a piece of wood too?
Tan, what's up, my man?
Meet my protector. His name is Mr. Tan, the crocodile slayer. Oh, never mind. He said we can't call him that.
So, we cleared all the crocodiles, and now we can be here, have a civil conversation with a little bit of danger. Is this a species that's native to Vietnam?
Ở Việt Nam á, this is indigenous to Vietnam.
Calvin, do you think that by talking more softly, the crocodiles won't hear you?
I don't know, but they might.
How many people die a month here?
Không có người nào mà bị chết với sự tấn công của cá sấu.
He said they're down to 5 a month.
Be honest, thật lòng đi.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
5.
How long has there been a crocodile farm here?
Ở đây mở từ
2003. He started with just 2. Now they have 5,000.
That's a lot.
và nó đang áp dụng
Alligators are sold for not only their skin, but the Vietnamese now use the alligator bones to cure bone ailments. Nó có cure COVID không?
Start by removing the tail bone. The trick is to avoid all the fat so you don't get that gamey crocodile taste. If you're out of crocodile powder, season with chicken powder and throw it on the grill. Before this croc feeds us, it's only fair that we also feed the crocs.
Here, I've got a chicken head on a stick. They said don't put your hands out because it will bite off your hands. I don't know if I like this idea that much.
Do it for YouTube.
I have the manliest scream.
After 30 minutes, it gets coated with their homemade marinade.
Fight it!
Dude, they are so fast.
I know.
And back to the grill it goes.
I don't know how you win this game, mainly by keeping all your limbs.
Oh my God, that bite is vicious.
Finally, it's scissored down to manageable pieces. And that's it. It's ready to eat.
Sorry guys, no more chicken heads. We're gonna need some crocodile tail if you... Okay, never mind, that's awkward. Should we go eat?
We should.
Let's go eat.
Let's go. It's ginormous. I've never had this before. I have a few concerns on what this is gonna taste like.
I'm not that concerned because the chef looked super confident. He used a Subway mayonnaise knife to fillet this. They also eat the skin, but I think we should eat the meat first and kind of work our way up to that.
When you look at a piece of pork, you can't pull the skin of the pork the way you can do with the crocodile.
It's like string cheese, the way you can peel the meat back. You know, that crocodile, it's in this murky, dark, dirty looking water, but then the meat is so pure and white.
I was gonna say supreme.
I need to stop saying pure and white together. In this climate, it's not appropriate.
Yes, it is not.
The meat is so white and privileged. Enough talking, cheers.
For an animal that uses this muscle consistently to get through the water, this has to be the most tender piece of meat I've had in a long time.
And for being super lean, it's quite moist. There's certainly some porky notes in there. I think it's something between pork and a fish that tastes like chicken.
I think that's what crocodiles are.
We're on the same page. Here we have the very tip of the tail we built up to this moment. All right, crocodile skin, let's go for it. It doesn't have a lot of taste to it.
Not at all. It is thick. It's very chewy.
Super chewy, hard to get through.
Almost like a gummy worm.
A fishy gummy bear.
Yes.
Overall, very pleased. Today was a challenging day because animal tails are not that common for eating. But considering we found these different examples throughout the day, it feels like today I was living a fairy tale.
Limitations push innovations.
When you see it uncooked, it's hard to imagine you could ever eat it.
It's the same in the food world.
Do you think Americans are missing out? Should we be eating more butts?
Certain cuts of meat, like these tails, are often cheaper to purchase.
Why would you throw away such a great piece of an animal?
All that's required then is to creatively and carefully produce a recipe that brings out the best these offcuts have to offer.
This has to be the most tender piece of meat I've had in a long time.
And the tail is certainly no exception. From researching and shooting to editing and mastering, our 10-person best ever food review show team works hard to roll out the highest quality travel food entertainment twice a week. If you like what we do here, please consider supporting our Patreon. Patreon allows fans of the show to contribute a monthly sum and receive a load of extras like early video releases, private Q&As, and beyond.
To learn more about our Patreon, check out the link in the description box down below. And if you can't give or don't even feel like it, that's okay too. We're just happy you're here. Guys, that is it for today. A huge thank you to Calvin over here. You can follow Calvin right here on his Instagram page. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Peace. I'm gonna push you in the water. Don't even joke though.
She's my Tommy-dee-dee-doo, Tommy-dee-dee-dee, Tommy-dee-dee-dee. She's my Tommy-dee-dee-doo, she's my